What if Deku was Tierk? We start this what if as Deku is 4 years old. They're going to the Quark doctor with his mother, and I'm changing a little bit. His mother isn't exactly the best one in this universe, or this story at least. So they go to the doctor to get his Quark checked. Is there an Inko Midoriya, or Midoriya, as Inko stands up right here? You may come in now. As they go in with the doctor to get his Quark checked. And I'm just going to say some random doctor. As we're going to take this through blood samples instead of touching the head to predict the Quark. So they take a little bit of Izuku Midoriya's blood, get tested. A few minutes later, they come walking right back in. Alright. So does he have a Quark? He does. He has a Quark called Quark Consumption, which this causes Inko to be very confused, and Deku confused as well. Basically, he's able to consume other people's quarks or abilities from other people. So say the attack's thrown at him with quarks, he's able to absorb it. As he notes that down, as Inko's like, why thank you. As they get up and, leave. Now we look on the sketch of the doctor's, notes. Also can absorb the entirety of a person's quark, which you'll see later. As they go home, the doctor also had to inform somebody as they gave him a call. So Inko and Deku went home. Now, her mother thought, oh, great, just a useless quark that could only absorb, attacks. Nothing offensively, so it's not going to be good for hero work. So when they get home, she just starts, neglecting him, pretty much. And about 3 months go by until someone knocks at the door. Now Deku is in his room, while Inko enters the door, as it looks like some security. How may I help you? Listen, ma'am, we're here about your son's Quark. We're with the Hero Safety Commission. Really now? What do you possibly want? As, the guy simply brings up a briefcase full of cash. If you'll take this, we'll take him off your hands. Her being a bit greedy in this one, she accepts the money. As the security guards go upstairs and Deku wakes up as they drag him out. Hey, what are y'all doing? You're simply coming with us. Of course, he tries giving them trouble, but they quickly knock him out, carry him out, and into the dark night and into the truck. Now, when he wakes up, he is in a cell. Hey, where am I? As this is where someone approaches, as it's the Hero Safety Commission officer. Listen here. I had brought you here for the reasons of your Quark. What about it? You are going to be very useful. As then the person signals to bring in another person. As it's a person with a fire Quark. This person has had several crimes on his record. You will absorb his power. I don't really know how to absorb people's quarks. You will do so. As he knows he has a collar on. As he doesn't know how, so he tries doing it, but it doesn't happen. As they shock him. I said I don't know how my quark works. As he gives it another try, except he opens his mouth and starts to absorb the man's quark. as he passes out. As they let the man out, as he can no longer use his quirk, as the observers smile, we can get rid of a lot of villains using this technique. Using this kid, we can get a lot of threats out of the way. As him absorbing the man's fire quirk, making him part of his power, his eyes start to change from that greenish color, I believe, in the anime, into a type of orange. Now, about a year or two passes by, as Deku had to have absorbed quite a few inmates' quirks. As the doctor never noted the side effect. The craving for more power, absorption. As Deku's just sitting in his cell. His mutation has started to happen, so he's looking more like, well, Tierk. When is the next meal coming in? As he looks up, as the guard is just mocking him, your food will be here within 2 hours. I thought all the inmates were supposed to have theirs an hour ago. Yeah, but you're on the bottom floor of it, so deal with it. As then he presses the, shock remote, shocking him. As he's still phased, he still acts like it works on him, but he's grown a resistance. So it works on him for some extent. As the guy smiles, this is what you deserve. As then, Deku simply grabs the man's shirt, pulls him to the cell, and just simply takes his quirk and absorbs it. Thank you, that should, hold me over until my food arrives. As he drops the man, as he's frail and very weak, as the other guard comes over. Hey, what happened here? I just need something to satisfy my hunger until food got here. Why you? As he's about to bring out the shock collar and shock him. As this is when someone comes down. That won't be necessary. Warden, what are you doing here? The fool was an idiot. As he looks at the guard. Take him away. You sure? Yes. As he takes the, pretty much close to death guard away. As the warden looks at, Izuku, who has grown and is about a teenager, even though he's 6 to 7. Tierk. As Deku looks over. Warden. Within about 4 years, I want you to participate in something that happens here at the, prison. It will have a chance for you to get rid of a lot of prisoners. And you mean for me to get rid of prisoners and off your hands? Yes. Anyway, what type of sentence do you have me on? That won't be discussed until you're older. As he simply hits the wall, his strength, basically breaking the concrete a bit. I don't want to be here, Warden. Well, you don't have a choice. Now listen, I've talked with the higher-ups. I've tried to get you a better cell. But that's all I can do for you. For all you know, even if you got out of here, the heroes aren't gonna treat you likely because you were an inmate. As for what crime? None. I know your record before you came here. No one else does because it was erased off the map thanks to the Hero Safety Commission. I'm just trying to look out for you, Tierk. You're the only prisoner that should not be here. As Tierk calms down as he's angry, I will talk to you in a bit. As he leaves, and a couple of years go by, as it's been 4 years. As Tierk waits, as a new person shows up. Who are you? I'm the new warden. As Deku glares at the warden. Where's the previous one? Well, you see, there was a little bit of an incident down in, well, his inspection. And he sadly didn't make it. As Tierk gives a glare, as he doesn't believe a word this man's saying. And we go into what Deku's thinking. I see. The warden was trying to find a way to be able to find a loophole in the law to where he could let me go. And the Hero Safety Commission didn't like that. So they disposed of him. Very well. So what are you here for? That is quite simple, Tierk. As gas just starts to appear in his cell. As Tierk covers his mouth. But slowly succumbs to it as he falls unconscious. As he wakes up into a different cell. Where am I? Deku starts to look around. As a wall starts to open. As he follows it, as there are some, bars in front of him. Ladies and gentlemen, as we hear our announcement. Today is, the annual monthly, prison brawl, where prisoners will be going at it. The only rule, is you're not allowed to kill your other inmates. Although, we do look away at accidents. I see. So they're planning to kill someone here. As the gates start to open, as he walks out and he sees a crowd into the audience. They're simply using me as their entertainment. As Deku is pretty tall, I would say 7-8 foot. So, as other prisoners, we got someone with a blade quirk, someone with water quirk, and someone with a wing quirk. As they all enter the arena. Now listen, this is a 1v1 matchup. So basically a free-for-all for the 4 contestants. As Tierk observes the, fighters. Should be a piece of cake. As he starts walking, as the flying quirk and the blade quirk guy start to go at it. As the person with the water quirk sends water towards Tierk, as he simply just puts his hand up and deflects it. That weak water won't do a thing. As he then makes a huge water blast, which is, basically go cover his entire body, as he just lets it hit him. As Deku just shakes it off. I needed a shower. As the guy is baffled in the audience too, as Deku's not taking this serious at whatsoever. As the guy makes some water weapons and starts to charge towards Tierk, he simply grabs the guy by the throat, lifts him up, and, stangly absorbs his quirk. Thank you for the meal. As his eyes glow orange more. But I would like more. As he tosses him, all the way up to the stands. As he starts to walk towards the 2 people fighting. As the wing guy is dodging a blade attack from the blade quirk person, Tierk grabs him by the neck and absorbs his quirk to where his wings disappear. Delicious, I gotta say. Flying quirk, never tasted that, but tastes like chicken. As he simply tossed the man at the blade quirk guy, as he uses his quirk to practically impale and kill the villain. I thought there was no killing allowed. As the guy realized what he did, as he simply just sends blades at Deku. As the people are still watching this, they're cheering. As the blades come towards Tierk, but breaks on impact with his skin. I really have to thank that hardening prisoner I absorbed a while back. His quirk was, well, a bit rough, but nothing too terrible, as he simply just whacks the metal, knives away. As he approaches him, as the guy is back against the wall, sending out a lot of, knives and all that, his sword-likely weapons. As he gets to the guy, simply, grabs him, absorb his quirk, and then drops him. Now, as he drops him, the same gas starts to enter the arena. As Tierk simply just breathes fire and having the gas vaporized. Also, incinerating the villain that was on the wall near the gas. So, as the announcer says, Tierk, go back to your cell. As he glares at the announcer before just going back to where he came in. As he simply just sits. As another, say, 4 years would pass. As he's 14. As Tierk is sitting in his cell. As he has absorbed a number of quirks from people. Because the Hero Safety Commission brings him people's quirks that they don't want around in society, that have powerful quirks that could be a threat to Tierk, for him to take him away. And he's been compatible for all these years. But they still keep him locked up in the lowest cell in the prison. Because he may be useful to them, but he's also the most of a threat to them. So they like to keep him secure under lock and key. As, someone got brought in a few years ago that Tierk heard of. As he hears the prisoner, the guards talking. Yeah, didn't you hear? Weren't you stationed at Lady Nagant? As Deku is listening in, Lady Nagant? Yeah, a few years ago, she came in, I was stationed to guard her. Although, she gave me the chills. Why you say that? 1, she's terrifying. You hear what she did? She killed the last Hero Safety Commission president a few years ago. As this intrigues Deku, as he lifts an eyebrow, killed the previous Hero Safety Commission president, eh? As he smiles, as he simply calls guards, as both the guards look over at Tierk. What is it, Tierk? You can't do anything. Neither of us have quirks. The Hero Safety Commission made sure of that. Yes. After all, I know who you are, but I guarantee you don't know who he is. What do you mean? This is Tom. Tom, you say? Very well, if that's what you believe. You can go ahead and kill him now. As the person simply just pulls out his gun and shoots him. As the guard falls down dead. So you know I wasn't the regular security guard that comes here. I gotta admit, you put up quite the disguise, but Tom always comes in and, tries to electrocute me of the morning. So, you messed that up. As the guy smiles, as he still has his security helmet on, to not reveal his face. So what do you want? I can get you out of here. I doubt that. All I need you is to do one favor for me. Now, and what would that favor be? Well, I need you to. As he's about to give his demand, Tierk simply grabs the man and lifts him in the air. Listen here. I don't take any requests or favors from anyone. You know what that does to me? It always ends in betrayal and death. As the guy's struggling, I don't care who sent you. Just know, your quirk's mine. As he absorbs the man's quirk, as the man de-transforms, as he transforms into a human, you had a transformation lizard quirk. Mutation. I gotta say, that quirk would have tasted a lot better if it was sauteed. As the guy looks down at him, still wearing the uniform, by the way. What'd you do? I simply took your quirk and ate it. I gotta say, I wish I could give flavors to quirks. Man, these things don't taste the best sometimes. And now I'm just here to just take that. I'm guessing a villain sent you here to try to recruit me. I don't care. I don't work under anyone. As he just dents the bars, as he steps out. Although, I will thank you for getting rid of the other guard. They don't like to keep cameras down here because how well behaved I am. But the truth be told, I just want to absorb more quarks. Now, if you'll excuse me, as he grabs the man and throws him in his cell, as he simply just tightens the bars back up, you can now enjoy eternal solitude. As Tierk is just walking away. I probably should pay a visit to Lady Nagant. She has piqued my interest. And that is the end of part 1 of What If Deku Was Tierk. Make sure to like and subscribe.